and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to 7 figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monica Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZ. And let's jump into today's episode. For the holiday season, we're doing mini episodes of fashion tips for our fashion friends.
As a thank you to our listeners for staying tuned all year. So enjoy! My next tip is to live below your means. Especially for an entrepreneur, it's really important to live below your means and keep your price down as far as living expenses, inventory, business expenses. I think, like, for example, the rent I pay at my store, while it is a great store and a great size for me, the price of the rent is super cheap. I'm never leaving that store space. It's so cheap. It's in a beautiful area. And I think if I was to do it all over again, I would still do it the same way. And I think more people should do it that way too. Like, find a place that maybe it takes a little bit more labor to fix it up. Fix it up in also not a cheap way, but a more cost-effective way. When it comes to your apartment and where you live, if you have to stay home with your parents for 1 year longer, do it and put that extra money into your business. If you have to get a smaller studio to start off with, maybe not in your ideal area or maybe not your ideal size or whatever, just to start off, do it so you can start getting your foot out the door. You know, I think a lot of people start off overspending. Like, they get a store space that is 10 times the cost that they can afford, thinking that their business will hit it within the first year, and then it doesn't. And then you have to get rid of that store, and you wasted all this money when you could have started off slow and worked your way up to that. Same thing with websites, same thing with paying for ads, same thing with whatever. Try cheaper options first. Try cost-effective ways first for as long as you can before building up to something expensive, because you never know when a pandemic is going to hit. You never know how people are going to respond to this new business. You never know if you're going to get sales. So it's better to start off with cost-effective things that you can keep going for a while you're working on your business. So that's my tip. Start low, start cheap, start cost-effective, and then work your way up after a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 5 years. But don't jump all in and then have all these bills. It's the worst way to do it.
That's really good.